Welcome to the start of the vlog. It's Sunday evening. It's late already. But I did want to start today just to give you an update of what I've read. Well, late yesterday and then today, and yeah. I finished The Hobbit today. I still love that book. It's like a really... It just feels like home, you know. It's just one of those stories that I can always go back to, and yeah, I'm really happy that I've reread that one again. And then I didn't really want to pick up anything, well, random, so I decided to start my February TBR already because we have 3 months left in January, so I thought with tomorrow being Monday and the work week starting again, I don't read that much anyway, so I decided to start my February TBR, and I decided to start with the Labyrinth of Dreaming books. So I already started, but I only read like 10-15 pages. Yeah, but I did start that. Had to let the dog in. I decided to stop listening to Nevernight. I have no desire to continue that book, to be honest. I'm not DNFing it. I will give it one last chance, but not at the moment. It's just, I have a feeling that in the end I will DNF it, but I do want to give it another chance, so we'll see. But yeah, I won't do it at the moment. So I will search for a new audiobook later today, but yeah. Up until then, I will continue reading the Labyrinth of Dreaming books. Thank you. I will continue with the Labyrinth of Dreaming books, and yeah, I will then look for a new audiobook later when I'm in bed, and yeah, we'll see what I can find there, but yeah, I don't know. Nevernight, it's not that it's a bad book, but it's just, the story can't hold me. It's just, I'm reading it and I lose interest while I'm reading it. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with me on that front, but I don't seem to be able to read it. Because, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be interesting for me. And yeah, sometimes it happens with books, so I will give it another chance, but I'm pretty sure that I will just DNF it, because, I don't know, it's my 4th try now. And I still haven't gotten through more than half of the book, so yeah, it doesn't look good for Nevernight. But, you know, can't like everything. So yeah, hopefully this week will be a good reading week. But yeah, I actually looked at my stats for the month today, because I edited and uploaded the TBR video for February, and actually I have read 14 books in January, which is quite a good number, so I'm really happy with that. It's more than I would have thought, but I mean, now February is a short month, so I probably won't read as many books, but you know, I'm at a good pace at the moment, which makes me really happy, to be honest. And yeah, I will now slug up to this one and read some more, and then I will see you, well, tomorrow afternoon probably, and yeah, hopefully with a reading update and a new audiobook picked out. Okay, good evening. It is already Monday evening, and today was the day. Let's just say it like it is. I went to the doc this morning. I have now gotten a new orthopedic like, I don't know, hand brace, I think is the right word, so that I am not able to move my wrist anymore, really. And I have an MRI scan on Wednesday, and hopefully it isn't worse than we're thinking anyway. But yeah, depending on what the MRI scan says, I can finally have some cortisone. Is it called cortisone? Yeah, some cortisone for my wrist, because they can't do that before the MRI scan, and so yeah, I'm happy I found like an appointment on Wednesday, because all the other docs I called the radiologists all had like appointments in March, and that is way too late. So yeah, I'm crossing my fingers that hopefully come Thursday when I go back to the doctor, I will finally have a solution for my wrist. But yeah, because of the new brace and the motion to not use my wrist, I'm now off of work for the week, which is a nice thing. Because I live in Germany, I get paid for my time off because of an illness. So yeah, I have the week for myself. Well, I can't really do much because I can't move my wrist. But I do have the ability to read, so we're gonna read a bit. And maybe listen to an audiobook. I put myself on some wish lists for... I put myself on the wait list for a few audiobooks, but I didn't find something that I could listen directly to yesterday, so we'll have to see how that will go. And yeah, other than that, I have a little reading update. I got like... how far am I into this? I'm 40 pages into the Labyrinth of Dreaming books. I'm really enjoying the start, so I'm really happy to continue this one like in a minute once I stop filming. I read The Bet by Jo Nesbø at the doctor, and our main character is a Norwegian detective called Harry Howell, and yeah, pretty much he is supposed to assist in the investigation of the Norwegian girl that died in Sydney, and yeah, pretty much to make both countries look good because they are investigating together because of the victim being of Norwegian origin and not of Australian origin. And yeah, we have the topic of racism against Aborigines, which is kind of an interesting topic. And one I personally have read really little about, so that is kind of interesting. And yeah, our Norwegian detective is a ladies' man, so I'm interested to see where that is going, but it does definitely start really interesting, and I'm actually really looking forward to reading it further, so I'm really happy with that. So I will continue these two the next few days, and we'll see now that I don't have to go to work. I do have quite a bit of time on my hands, especially since I can't do any gaming. Well, I can't do any gaming that I want to do. I'm really sick of playing games one-handed, but yeah. And I can't do any sewing or any embroidery because I'm not allowed to use this hand, so that also isn't happening, which is also why I don't put that much energy into searching for a new audiobook, because I have to do something where I listen to an audiobook, and since I can't really do a lot of things, I'm not really in the mood to listen to an audiobook, which is fine. So yeah, I will now sit down and continue reading the Labyrinth of Dreaming books, and I will see you tomorrow. So I did do quite a lot of reading this morning. I'm now nearly halfway through the Labyrinth of Dreaming books, and to be honest, I'm really disappointed in the book. In this book, our main character, he goes to the same city he went to in the first book. And the first 200 pages are pretty much only just like telling the reader what changed in 200 years. For 200 fucking pages. And I'm really sick of it, to be honest. I'm really disappointed. It lacks the charm of the first book. I don't know, I don't need to have history of 200 years repeated to me by like a gnome who reads articles about stuff once you go past it, or like he meets like an old character from the first book and he pretty much explains him the whole new language that happens in the city, but like yeah, it is really boring, and I'm really disappointed. It's yeah, I was so looking forward to reading this book, and yeah, my partner did warn me that it is supposed to be worse than the first book, but I loved the first book, so I thought, how much worse can it be? It is bad. It's so much disappointment. Yeah. And I still have half of it in front of me, so yeah, I'm really hoping that it gets better with time, but I don't have the biggest hopes, to be honest. I will try to read quite a bit more today, because I want to have it over with. I don't... Yeah, I want to have it done. It is so disappointing. Sometimes I feel like you shouldn't have hope for, like, second books in series, you know? And the worst thing is that this book is supposed to end really abruptly in the story, which people, well, my partner told me today, and he said people are really angry about it, and there is a third book out there, but I don't own that, so if it ends abruptly in the middle of the story, I'm gonna be really mad about it. But yeah, it's a really good possibility that it's gonna really annoy me once I'm done with it, so yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's such a bummer. But yeah, I will continue with it today, and then I will give you an update later on how far I've come. But yeah, if I can't finish it today, I will finish it tomorrow morning, so that I can then continue with the bed tomorrow. Also, tomorrow I have my doctor's appointment, so because I have to travel to it, like I have to ride a bus and the train for like an hour, so I will take that with me tomorrow, so I will probably only continue this one tomorrow and not today, just so I can focus on the other book. But it is now late evening, as you can see, and I did read quite a bit today. I read like 100 more pages, so I have like 140 pages to go. Yeah, it didn't get any better. I have 140 pages to go. The last 100 pages were a retelling of book number 1 as a theater play. I have no idea why. We obviously have read number 1, so why do we have to read it all over again in number 2? I don't understand it. Yeah, I will now continue reading a little bit, and then I will finish it tomorrow. At the moment, it isn't looking good for the book, and I'm incredibly disappointed. And yeah, I looked at reviews of it, and the reviews reflect that. So yeah, I'm really disappointed to read that today. But yeah, I will now continue this one, and then I will finish tomorrow morning, and I will tell you the final verdict. Good morning. What a morning it has been. I finished the Labyrinth of Dreaming books, and I had to give it 2 stars. To be honest, it's really tragic. You know, technically the blurb on the back of the dust jacket doesn't promise anything else than is in the book, which you would think that's fine, but yeah, the book pretty much ends with where you want it to start. With the interesting point is the end point of the book, and it does say in the back that he had to split it in 2 books because it was too long, but as far as I know, there were 6 years between the 2 books or something, and this is a really, really boring part of the book, which, to be honest, it just sucks. Half of this book is the descriptions about puppeteers, how puppeteering works in the world of Zemonian, and that one, and the other half is the description of how the city changed that the book is set in. That is all that is in the book. Absolutely no adventure in the book. It isn't interesting. You could have really like taken a third of the stuff that is in here, put it in the next book, and made 1 book out of it. And yeah, it just sucks. I'm really, really disappointed in the book, and yeah. So yeah, that was really, really disappointing, because I loved number 1 so much, and it is just such a charming world, and that is pretty much like not there in the second book at all. Like nothing of like the charming stuff. Oh, sorry. Nothing of the charming stuff is in there. It's just descriptions over descriptions. You have like one page that is just a room description. It's like telling you what all is on the shelves in the room, which like, why do I need a whole page for that? It was really, really irritating. And yeah, I don't own the third book. I don't even know it's out yet. I thought it was out, but now I'm not sure. I have to look into that, but yeah, I'm really disappointed in the book. And yeah, even being a fan of the first one, it's just disastrous, the second one. Don't read it. Please don't waste your money or your time for that. And yeah, I'm just happy I have it behind me, so I don't have to read it again. And I can put it on the shelves now, and at least it looks pretty. But yeah, one big disappointing morning. I had hoped that maybe it will get better, but yeah, if you end the book with the sentence, "This is where the story begins," what kind of an ending is that, you know? But yeah, I will then continue this one now. The bed, hopefully this is a lot better. I will continue reading this once I'm going to my doctor's appointment and coming back. And yeah, we'll see how far I come, but at least I've finished the other book, and we'll see how it goes. It's really bad weather today, so there aren't gonna be any long walks with the dog or stuff because he hates water, so yeah. Also, I don't know. I'm really not in a good mood today, and the book didn't help, and yeah. I don't know. I probably won't see you today because the doctor's appointment is so late. So I probably will see you tomorrow morning, but yeah. I will see you then with hopefully a better reading update. Good morning. My life is really stressful at the moment. Yeah, I'm really scatterbrained, and so my reading isn't going as planned. I did manage to like get to page 190 in the bed, which yeah, is not quite half, so I won't finish it as planned today. But yeah, I think this book is really interesting. The topics talked about, I think, are quite interesting, like the problem of racism and how it's handled in Australia, and then the fact that our detective is from a different country but has to investigate in Australia and he doesn't know the culture, and problems that arise there. And then also all of the characters have like really interesting background stories, but they're really tragic a lot of the time, which I find really interesting. Our main character, for example, is a dry alcoholic, and he does tell a story about his alcoholism and what happened, and it's a really tragic story. And yeah, so that is really, really interesting. But for my taste, but that might just be the first half of the book, the case that our detective is working just really goes into the background a lot of the time. Sometimes I'm even failing to remember that he's a cop that has to investigate a case, just because the private interactions are really long and intensive. Which, like, yeah, it's building the background of our main character, because he is the main character for the whole series, and there are quite a few of them, so it does make sense. But at some point I would wish that the focus is more on the case, because that is why I read thrillers, for the cases, to be honest. So yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 about the book right now. Couldn't tell you what I'm thinking, what my verdict is going to be at the end. But yeah. So I don't know if I will continue with that one today. At the moment I'm not really in the mood to read that much, because of, yeah, I have to do a lot of decisions in my life, which I'm not the happiest about doing. So we'll see about that. Other than that, I'm currently doing my February thread in my bullet journal, in my reading journal. And yeah, I will do that today, and then I will probably show you what I did for this month. And then I can also kind of give you like an overview of how my reading went last month. But I do have to film my wrap up for January, which I will probably do tomorrow because I don't feel like putting makeup on today. So I will do that tomorrow, most likely. And yeah, then I can edit it and upload it for Wednesday. And yeah, we'll see. My appointment yesterday for the MRI went quite well. It was really uncomfortable. But yeah, I now have to wait for the results of that, which I will probably get like Monday or Tuesday. Then I can go back to the doctor and we can finally do something that will help my wrist. So yeah, I'm happy I've got that behind me because the weather really sucked yesterday and I had to go through like, I don't know what it's called in English, but like when it's snowing and raining at the same time. It was really uncomfortable and yeah. Today the weather looks quite a bit better, so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really scatterbrained. I'm not gonna go back up and do my bullet journal and plan that all out and then... Hi, so it is Friday afternoon now. I was quite busy this morning. I actually filmed my video for Wednesday so that I can edit it tomorrow and have it ready earlier than I normally do. And it was my wrap-up for January. I read 14 books, which I was really happy about, and yeah, I managed to do that. I recorded the audio on my phone, so hopefully the audio is better. For the vlogs I can't really do much about the audio because I can't always record the audio on my phone and then put it up in editing. That would just take way too much time. So yeah, I hope that in the future at some point I will be able to like buy myself a microphone for the camera, but until then I will try to at least improve the sound for the Wednesday videos. So yeah, I will have to try to edit that together tomorrow and hopefully it will sound quite a bit better. But yeah, I did that and then I finished the book. I finished The Bet by Jo Nesbø, and I have really mixed feelings about this book. I gave it 3 stars, and it was recommended to me as a really nice thriller, and to be honest, the thriller part I think works. The case works. There were some twists and turns that I didn't see all of them coming, so I thought that was quite nicely done. But there's so much like private things in here and some really obvious things that I think are just overdone. Then again, it's not like a new book, so obviously it maybe wasn't overdone when the book was written, but yeah. Also found out that the first one was translated only in 2013 and that a lot of people read the later ones first and then this one, which probably sucks because then you know a lot of what has happened in this book, because obviously there's flashbacks to earlier books in the later ones. But yeah, I don't know. The detective is really, it's a character. He has a lot of problems and they come through in the book. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't like quite see through all of his actions. Like sometimes I was like, is it really the action you should have taken? I don't know. But yeah, I think it's an interesting start to series. I will definitely continue with the series. I think I find the detective to be quite interesting. I do hope that the later books aren't all set in Australia. I mean, technically I would hope our detective returns to Norway now. But yeah, I will see how it will continue, but yeah, I'm interested in continuing the series. I don't think it's the strongest start to series because the book in itself is quite convoluted. And there's a lot of things where I'm like, did we really have to do that? Like there's a lot of unnecessary stuff in there, which I think the book could have been shorter, more precise, and then maybe a little bit more interesting to read. But yeah, I think it's a fine start. I don't think, for example, I'm gonna continue, I'm gonna like compare it a little bit to the Casey Rice Bücher with Temperance Brennan as the main character, which are also thrillers, but they are main characters an anthropologist. And I had the same thing there. I thought the first book was like, but then later books I found to be really, really good. So I'm hoping that that goes for that series as well. But yeah, I finished it, which I'm really happy about. I read like half of the remaining 220 pages this morning, and then the other half just now in the afternoon, so that I have it finished. And yeah, it was, I'm quite happy that I finished it. I will pick out a new book now. I also started an audiobook yesterday, but even though it's not part of a series, it is a standalone book as far as I can see. The author talks about his other books so much that I get the feeling that you have to read the other ones before, because he always talks about underground things. And yeah, he references so much of his earlier books that I can't enjoy the book that I picked out, even though they are not in a series. So I will have to pick something different for an audiobook. But yeah, let me pick a new physical book and then I will show you. You know what, just to have it done, I will read Chessmen of Mars. Next. I want to have it behind me. I don't think it will be a good read, but yeah. I'd rather have it done early in the month than having to read it later in the month. So yeah, I will continue with this one. I don't know if today, probably tomorrow. Hopefully I can finish it tomorrow. It is only 200 pages, so that should totally be doable. That is my little update. I don't know. I mean, at least the reading's been going good. But yeah, I will have to see if I read anything else today. And my doggy has just come to me. Because my partner just left to just go to his tattoo guy. And the dog is not happy with that. So yeah, I will now go on a walk with the dog. Our afternoon walk, and then I will probably chill a little bit. And yeah, I still have to clean up from like filming the video and stuff, so I will probably do that also. And yeah, I'll see what I do this afternoon. I do still have to start watching The Last of Us, the series, but yeah, I haven't started yet and I'm kind of afraid to start it. Even though all of the people say it's really good, but I'm afraid that I won't like it, and yeah, I will hate myself for it if I don't like it. So yeah, at some point I will have to start it, but yeah, I will see you. Okay, so I had a really productive day today, but that does mean I haven't read as much as I normally do, but let me first of all do a quick reading update. I started Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies yesterday. I'm 22 pages in, so not really much, but yeah, I was interested in starting this. To be honest, I somehow didn't read that is an historical fantasy book, so it is set in the 1900s, like 1908 or something like that. So yeah, that makes it even harder, because the problem is I already don't really like romancy type books, and yeah, I also don't have a good track record with historical fiction, so this seems to be both. It is an interesting start, we'll see where it goes. Yeah, I don't know. And also, I didn't take the dust jacket off, so I didn't know that this really, really pretty book was under the dust jacket that I also really liked, so yeah, I really hope I love it. Just so I can proudly show this book everywhere, but yeah. And then this morning I started The Chessmen of Mars, which is the 5th book in the Martian series. I am 50 pages into it. It is a little bit different than the first 4, which I'm happy about, but I fear that it will go into the direction of the other ones. And one thing that really, really bothers me, the main character in this book is the daughter of John Carter, the main character of the first 2 or 3 books. And in the first 4 books, like in the 4th book, his son is the main character. Never once is it mentioned that he has a daughter, and she's only supposed to be 1 year younger than her brother. Why isn't she mentioned? In the 4th book, her brother is an adult man. I think she was invented for part 5. and it really annoys me, to be honest. But yeah, this time around the woman hasn't been kidnapped. She flown herself into danger and is now a captive. So I'm thinking that what probably will happen is the guy who loves her will come and rescue her, which I would be really annoyed about, but we'll see. I have 150 pages left. I probably won't read anything more today. But yeah, I will finish tomorrow, so you will have to wait for next week's vlog. I'm really sorry, but yeah, I just didn't have the time. And then today I edited the video I recorded yesterday, which is my wrap-up for January. This goes up on Wednesday. I've finished the editing, uploaded it, so it can automatically be released on Wednesday, which is really nice, so I can focus on the vlog tomorrow. And then I also kind of did a little bit of YouTube background stuff. I made myself a banner that I'm really happy with. My partner had some critiques about it, but yeah, I might do some tweaks, but I'm really happy with the concept of my banner. And I also started doing shorts this week, so I uploaded my second short. And yeah, I'm doing a little bit of like background searches and stuff, how I can make my channel a little bit more interesting, because I really love doing this. I wouldn't have thought it. I always was someone who was like, I'm not really like a social media person, but to be honest, I am immensely enjoying doing YouTube as a hobby. So yeah, I thought I'd try to like up my effort with YouTube and dedicate a little bit more time into it. And so yeah, this is what I have done the whole day today, and I will probably continue with that now, because there are a lot of things I want to research. And yeah, also the audio quality of my Wednesday videos has improved with using my phone and my tablet as like recording devices, which I'm really happy about. And yeah, that makes me really happy. My mood has increased quite a bit with that. And so yeah, I don't know, I'm sad I didn't start sooner, to be honest, but yeah, I'm really enjoying myself and it makes me really happy. And I think that is the most important thing with hobbies, that they make you happy. And I mean, reading really makes me happy, and to be able to talk with people about my reading also makes me really happy. And so yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog with like a really happy note this week, which I'm really glad about. If you watch my vlogs, thank you so much. I'm just really glad for everyone who watches, so thank you. I'm really appreciative of you. And so yeah, if you like the vlog, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in Wednesday's video. Bye!